That's Kat.
That's Ian.
And this is 404.
Script not found.
That's perfect. Like a terrible voice message. I love it.
Wow.
We're joined today by my former boss, former mentor, hero, whatever you want to call him. Cisco's Vice President of Global Channel Marketing and Mid-Market and SMB, Steven Tessitore. Welcome to the show.
You like how I got former mentor? Like, did we end that?
Yeah,
Well,
no, whenever you
that's
said
what
that,
we're going to talk about today because I don't know.
Is that
I need to know where I stand in this
It's
relationship.
talent review season, and that's what we're going to be talking about today.
I got formered so quick on that intro. My talent review, one of my development like wins is going to be that I got on this podcast because I'm a fan. I couldn't be a bigger fan of the two of you big
thank you.
goofballs. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Yeah.
I think I said former because of a conversation we've had, because your LinkedIn headline is that you are on a mission to mentor 100 new leaders. And I asked you about a year ago if I could be included in that number. And you said you already are.
I already checked you off of the list. There's an actual list. You became a leader. You're very successful. And so what's left to do? So
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Wait, Steven, do you have like an Excel sheet of all the people that you're mentoring? And then once they hit it, then you set them free?
Yeah, no, I don't actually set anybody free until they like eventually. What ends up happening is they're like, okay, we've got everything we can get from you. And so it's like
I'm nowhere near that, for the record.
Like what Ian said just now. Like what
I'm nowhere near that.
It's like a natural separation. Actually, the truth is, here's the thing. If you ever want to like get a really good interview question, I started to ask people like who's made an impact on you and who have you made an impact on in your career? I don't know where I got it. It's probably like a podcast. I honestly don't know, but they'll give you some sort of an answer. And then I said, okay, give me some names. And so in preparation for like anything like that, I actually do have a list of people, and I'm really proud of it, actually. Like I look at them and I see all the things that they're doing, and I feel like, I'm a dad. I have 3 kids, and it's like it's kind of like that a little bit, where I'm like, you just go fly, you little flying superstar bird, and let's just rock it out together. Yeah, I actually do have a list in case anybody ever asks me. Like I can produce it.
You would truthfully be my answer to that question for the first half of it.
And yet former.
No,
yeah, and yet you
I hope it's former was me hedging some bets. I hope it's still current. Okay, I didn't want to assume anything. So let's start there, because I think mentoring is something that's very, I think, interesting in general, because I think there's a lot that goes into picking the right mentor, and there's a lot that goes into being the right mentor for someone. And speaking from experience, you do it well, and you have an Excel list that backs that up. What, I guess, like, give me an experience. Like, did you get into it because you had a great mentor, or like what led to you saying like, hey, I want to impact all of these people, and this is kind of my way of doing so?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I could go the whole
no
podcast on it.
softballs here.
Yeah, I know. Like, actually, it's a really good question. So it's the opposite. I've had some of the worst mentors. I can remember.
What's the worst piece of advice you've been given then?
Oh man, I have to be careful that you don't say something that's like incriminating. This is a pretty small industry.
That's true. That's true.
But so I had the worst piece of advice. I think it's more so like a lack of like really the other person actually caring. Like there's a group of people. It's like a very popular thing to say that you like to mentor people and you're a leader and you're like all these things. And like, I think unless you actually care about people, you won't be very good at that. You just won't be either a good mentor or a good mentee. Like sometimes somebody will go and seek a mentor just for career advancement. I actually don't think there's like a lot wrong with that, but it doesn't really start from like a super genuine place. And like, you're not going to ever really get like past the initial layer with that person. So I've had some people assigned to me in corporate settings, like growing up, right? Like, so way back in my 20s, guys, I had some people assigned to me where it was like, okay, you're going to go talk to this person and they're going to be your mentor. And even Cisco, like airing out some of our dirty laundry. We don't do this anymore, to be fair. But when I joined here, I actually got assigned and like buddied up with somebody who was like 2 levels above me. And it was a
So did
part of
I.
this like formal,
Preston
yeah.
Ritter.
Oh yeah, perfect. That's a good mentor, right?
It was.
Like Preston did a great job, I'm
Yeah.
sure. My people wanted very little to do with me. It was more like a little like just nagging little brother who wants to like be next on the Xbox with you, or like and it's like the grown-ups are gonna play right now, and you can play when we're done by yourself against the computer. Like that's sort of what it felt like. And the thing about that is like you don't really learn anything. You can still make a connection with the person. Like the cool thing about like even a bad mentor relationship is that you still have like a face to go with the name. You still have conversations. You still actually get to like display the way that you think to that person, which could be very beneficial to you. So I said I've had some bad ones. There's really no bad mentors. It's just like unless they just don't show up. I guess that's really bad. But like the ones that I've had have like counseled me to do certain things with people that I look back and I'm like, God, that was bad advice. Like I would never treat anybody like that at this point. And but when you're like younger, you don't know. Like let's say you're a newer manager. How do you know how to filter that out? You're looking at this person and you're like, okay, well, you're 2 levels above me or you're 3 levels above because this is like a corporate world that we're talking about. But like, how do you say like that that's the wrong thing when that person's been really successful? So it kind of puts you in a weird spot, when you're a bit younger, I guess. Like it is kind of an age thing. It's really more of like an experience thing, I guess,
I
too.
think it's exactly that. I don't know if it's as much
Yeah.
age as experience, and I think even
Yeah.
like I've had bad mentors as well. I've probably been a bad mentor, but then you learn to your point of like, okay, I don't want to be that, or the next time I do this, I'm gonna take ownership of the relationship, and I'm gonna come ready with like, this is what I want out of this, and when we reach the stage of accomplishing that. We don't it doesn't have to be awkward. We can still stay in touch if you wanna keep the meeting on the calendar, but we can all move on here.
You know when I've been a bad mentor though is when the person comes and they have literally no objective. Like if
Yeah.
it's all if it's
Agreed.
all put onto me to like try to guide this person, like odds are I'm going to really screw that up. It's if they know like what it is that they're trying to accomplish, if they've gone through some level of like self-discovery, if they've even freaking asked ChatGPT, they're probably way further ahead in terms of making that like a valuable use of their time. So when I've been bad, it's usually I feel like I'm really blaming the other person right now. But the truth
A
is like
little bit.
you do as a mentee kind of has some responsibility, right? And then we don't really talk about that a lot. Is like if you don't get a specific thing for that person to talk to you about, like they're gonna be like, so what do you want to talk about today? And then you're like stumbling and fumbling and you don't end up making good use of that time.
In your ideal world, you get a new mentee, let's say you guys connected organically at an event or something and they wanna meet with you. Are they coming to you with a long-term goal? Like, "Hey, I wanna get promoted," and every month, whatever, you meet with me and you tell me how to get there? Or would you rather a softer goal of like, "I wanna get better at networking, leading a team," etcetera?
Ew. No, I like no, I want like the tangible thing to work on. So like I love the conversation of I want to get promoted because you can actually
Mhm.
like dig into that topic with the person. And then what you can also do is break that into like skill sets too. So okay, so you want to get promoted. Let's say you want your boss's job. Like what's the gap in your skill set now versus what you see in them? And let's start to talk about that one thing until you feel comfortable with it. And until you can come back to me and say like, I don't know, maybe it is networking. And until you can come back and say like, okay, I put myself in 3 environments where I'm not generally comfortable and I was pretty successful and you need reps on networking. Like networking, you need reps. Like there's no way around it. You could be introvert, extrovert, you need reps. So to me, I want like the very tangible thing from you. And the more specific you can be, the better, because then we can break it down. And I'm also looking for like, I'm looking for like the areas that I can also tell you like, hey, you didn't identify this as an area of improvement, but it is. And, and you're not gonna get to where you want to go if you keep like not being able to, communicate effectively or whatever the skill is. So it's also an opportunity like for me to hopefully get some
Mhm.
insight.
Self-awareness goes a long way.
Guys, if there's one thing I can tell you, seriously, like the more you know yourself, like the biggest problem that, when I'll ask somebody like, what is your, it's such like a cliche, but like when I'll ask somebody like, what's your weakness? Like what's holding you back? And they don't know, or they give me an answer and they're like, well, people just don't see my potential. I've literally had somebody say that to me and I'm like,
Wait, no
you're missing the
way.
point. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I've heard some crazy stuff. I'm trying to get 100 of these under my belt. I've heard some things.
Wait, can I tell you a super embarrassing story of a like thing that I did when I
Yeah, was it you? Did you say that?
no, no, probably, but
It was Ian.
this was, at ScanSource when I first became a leader, and it's the secret is that no one likes having tough conversations, but I was like, "Hey, I suck at having tough conversations." Like, I'm and to your point, Stephen, my boss was like, "Just go get reps." So, my personal challenge and what I did is I would have a tough conversation every day, but it was like little things. So, it was like, I go to Chipotle a lot. I would go to Chipotle, and I would just quibble with the woman or man serving me, where it was like, actually, can I get more chicken? Or like I would like pick out things that would like were uncomfortable for
What?
me to bring up. And I would literally just every day for like a month would just pick like a small battle and have a tough conversation.
I don't know if that's like a tough conversation or if that's like Ian's Karen coming out. Like he's like, "Oh, what I'm gonna
No,
do."
okay. It's like an
I think that's a
uncomfortable.
terrible example. I think that's
It's but that was like it's like being uncomfortable, I think, with like things that you don't want to talk about, or you would like, all right, I would brush that under the rug.
That's actually true. It's actually
Yeah.
I'm laughing at you, but it's actually true, is that, like, the quicker that you can get past like, you realize all of us have to get over ourselves, let's
Right.
be really
Mhm.
honest. Like, if and the faster that you can, like, get past the point where, like, "Okay, I'm not so uncomfortable that I have to, like, fill this silence right now," or, "I'm not so uncomfortable that, like, I have to be saying something or talking," or,
Mhm.
like, disagreements are really healthy for us to have, and we have so few of them in tech. Like, tech is like the most passive aggressive industry like that I could ever imagine. And it really is it's like if everybody could go if everybody could go work at McDonald's for a week, like, you would get over the fact of being confronted that you're not perfect because all of us are trying to be perfect all the time, which is just nonsense.
Yeah, that's I had my worst job of all time was I sold payroll door to door, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I was terrible at it. I
Right.
got yelled at every
Mhm.
day, but I like
Right.
learned infinitely more in 11 months than I would have learned.
Okay, guys. So first job. Uh This will not translate well. The Eckerd Photo Lab. I used to develop photos. That was the thing. I wore a smock and I was yelled at
Stop.
least 3 times per week. Yeah, a smock. I saw you laugh about the smock. Um, it was very cool. And I developed lots of pictures. This was my first job. And I think that is probably part of why, like, if somebody ever gets mad at me, I'm like, photo lab, you got this. Like yeah, it says 1 hour photo, but like it's pretty hard to do that, right? So
Can't get
yeah,
them out
that was
that
my
quick.
I feel really passionately that everyone needs to work in the service industry. Everyone, at some point in their lives, that this will fix that. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Everybody needs to work in the service industry, and a little heavier, everybody needs to probably do some therapy because
We're
if you
big,
don't
big proponents of therapy on this
We
show.
love therapy. We
Yeah,
love
yeah, yeah. If you don't, like, you're really working off of, like, you're basically working with a stranger and it's you. And
Yeah,
so
and
that's a
like
big thing.
you're just like turning down like you're playing alone and like to go back to the video game metaphor, like you're turning off like hints or help. Like you can have that. There's no issue with having that in life. Why
Right.
wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, it's crazy because our parents, like, well, some of our parents were, like, very anti, it's like
Oh,
showed some sort of a weakness, right?
You're in
my
welcome
And
parents are
to
like, what's
the
actually,
wrong with
story.
you?
yeah, it's like, "Hey, why did I raise you broken child?"
Yeah.
And the reality is, like, that it couldn't be further from the truth. It's a major
And it's
display of
them.
strength. It's them
It
that's
is.
broken.
If you were to give advice to someone like seeking a mentor, what would you tell them? Like, I think to me, it's one, it's like you said it earlier, taking ownership of the relationship. But like, let's take a step back, even of like, I don't even know where to start in finding a mentor. Is it talking to your leader or other leaders in the organization of like, hey, this is what I'm trying to solve for? Who would you recommend? Or is it being even more broad with your search?
Yeah, and it depends on what you're trying to accomplish for sure. there's probably an inclination normally to just like who's the most important person that I could get to mentor me. But that's not really the best way to approach it. Is
I would say it's almost the worst way to approach it.
it's yeah, I agree. It really leads you back into like how we started the conversation probably, but like so you can definitely ask your boss. This depends on your boss. Like it's a very dependent um answer. And it's probably a little bit subjective too. Um but I think that the best mentors I've had have been the people who I've been very upfront with and very forward with and said, I want you to mentor me. And it's been because I've seen them do something or I've seen them handle a situation. And I say to myself, like, oh my gosh, like I need to be able to do that. And most people, I've never had anybody say no. Like, no, I will not mentor you is not usually something that comes out of anybody's mouth. So be very selective. Hopefully, you know the person a little bit and then be opportunistic because Ian, one of our even colleagues recently had an opportunity where they got to interface with somebody who they had never interfaced with before. They're like, oh my gosh, I really like this person. And I think we both told this person, go ask her to be your mentor. Like
Yeah.
it's not magic. Like you really like the person, you like how they operate, just go ask them. And most people, I still haven't really heard a story of anybody that would just say, no, I'm not gonna help you, you know?
Yeah, I've never said no personally. I'll if I'm unsure of like why the person's asking me to be a mentor, I might ask for like clarity as to like, hey, what are you looking to solve for or get out of it? Um, but yeah, I think saying no would be insanity.
Right.
Be tough.
Actually, we should see if we can find somebody who's just had like a flat out like I could understand if there was like, hey, I just don't like the next 3 months I'm on the road every single week. You know, there could be a
Mhm.
situation like that,
I'll
but that's
email
even not
Carrie.
a
It's fine.
yeah, just do it. Send
Be
it right now while we're on
opportunistic.
it. Yeah, opportunistic. You pass her in the hallway and you're like, hey.
You think you could be my mentor?
Yeah, we don't know each other.
I've been working on tough conversations. I'd love to meet with you.
Yeah, I am totally cool telling the Chipotle lady that I need more chicken.
I'm leveling
Ask
up,
about my
okay?
reps.
I'm leveling up. I do laugh. That's again a very sad, true example, and I now have no issue bringing that up. So I'm like, all right, well, we've gotten past that hurdle at least.
If somebody served you something at a restaurant and you didn't really like it, do you say something? You don't.
Okay, thank God. That's terrible. Do you
No, and
do that?
that's like I won't even like Kat. I meant to send you the picture today at Chipotle. I oh, the woman. It's sour cream, and Kat hates that I get sour cream, and I know that. The woman missed the bowl with the sour cream. It was half in, just half on the tray. And
That's anarchy. You
I
can't.
took a picture and I was like, "Are we kidding?" And I didn't say a word. I just wiped sour. I like was like, "Oh, I have to get a
That's so
napkin because I have sour cream all over my hand now."
Do you guys ever get the burrito? Is anybody a burrito Chipotle or always bowl?
It's a real burrito's probably 1 out of 10, and that's like a real like I gotta get a change of pace in here.
Because
That's for
like
when you're
if you've had yeah,
yeah.
if you've had somebody roll your burrito and you're just watching this thing come together and you're like, you're never gonna be able to close that. My question is, would you have the courage to ask them to rewrap that sucker? That's
I
that
have.
that is
I have.
confrontation. Yeah, yeah.
Did you really? You said
Yeah, because
rewrap
then it's
the
like if
burrito?
it's only if it's like, "Hey, I'm at work." Like, it was when I was going in office where I'm like, I can't
You brought a
have this
burrito
I
into
can't wear
work?
this."
Oh,
What?
you brought a burrito into work?
Yeah.
Ian, what is wrong with you? Bring this up with your mentor, Steven, add this to the agenda.
Yeah,
No burritos
we're
for
gonna have
work.
to talk about this. That's not office food. You
No,
eat that
it's
in your car like a normal person.
oh my god.
Alright. You guys are just yeah. We've talked long about Chipotle on this show. I get very frustrated because new Chipotles are the worst thing because it's just not only have those people never eaten in Chipotle working there, it's like they've never used utensils and they're holding a spoon for the first time. And I just want to help, but anything you say feels incredibly demeaning. Where it's like, let me just show you how to use utensil you should be using daily right now.
Yeah, you put your hands over that glass, Ian, too? Do you break the plane? Because they don't like that at all. You put
No,
your
I
hands
do
over
not.
that glass. Yeah.
I'm painting a bad picture of myself here. I am a very respectful customer at all food establishments, and I get very uncomfortable when people I'm with send food back. I think
And
that's like you could serve me and like you could bring me the wrong food, and I'd be like, oh, okay.
I think I'm sending it back, but nicely. Like, I have recently told somebody that, like, they asked me how it was, and, like, I used to be a big liar like you 2, but recently I've been telling them the truth, and I'm not asking for anything, but if they asked me how it was, I started to tell them, and, I gotta say it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good. I'm
Will
not
you?
looking
All
for
right,
anything for
this
free.
is my big one. If you get a bad haircut,
No, because that's a long-term relationship most likely, and, like, that person, he might be, like, coming to my Christmas party, like, if he messes up once or twice, like, that's, like, my friend, I can't say anything,
I wholeheartedly
yeah,
agree. You got
yeah,
to
I
just
can't.
say thank you and move on to the next one.
I'll just take an extra couple minutes to explain what it is that I
I do the
want.
exact same thing. I was like, yeah, same thing. And I just say exactly what the haircut is that time.
You take a picture of yourself, like, "This was really good work right here that you did a couple months ago."
2 visits ago.
and that's on healthy communication skills. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Thank you.
There it is.
If you like the episode, please rate, review, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Until next time.
Thank you for listening.